Hey everybody, Todd Vandermide back again for Freedom Steel, former NRA contract lobbyist, Illinois gun law guru, and here we are on Monday the 14th of August, and we have some breaking news. The NSSF has sued the Attorney General in the state of Illinois over House Bill 218. Cue the alert. So yeah, that's our breaking news for this afternoon. But before I get started on that, these are unpaid personal endorsements and promotions that I'm doing. So first off, hey, if you're in the market in Illinois for some really down home self-defense, home defense type training, I'm going to recommend my friend Ben Walnack over at Vanilla Gorilla Security, VGS. Look him up. There will be a link below. Ben's a former Navy SEAL, great guy. I've taken several of his classes. He works out of the Peoria area, but it's known to come up to Aurora Sportsman's Club. So please look him up if you're interested in the most up-to-date and frequent tactical training and the whatnot. So there's number one. Number two, with my zombie Cup here. Just want to remind everybody, September 9th, the Aurora Sportsman's Club Zombie Shoot is coming up once again. Link included below. Come on out, hunt down the zombies, and flip a big old middle finger to JB and the Attorney General, the President of the Senate, the Speaker of the House, and the Illinois General Assembly to let them know that we're still going to exercise our rights. So that being said, the National Shooting Sports Foundation today, Monday, filed a lawsuit against the Attorney General, Kwame Raoul, over House Bill 218, which prohibits certain marketing aspects for the firearms industry. So NSSF went at this alone. They were offered help from other groups, but it was politely declined. So we'll see if that leads to other challenges in this realm. But it is 58 pages long, and notable, they are using Paul Clement's firm of Clement and Murphy again, which are probably be the primary litigants in this. So it does a lot to attack House Bill 218 because it's so new. The General Assembly's website doesn't even reflect a public act yet. I would wager to say that's because the Secretary of State's office hasn't had the time to process all that paperwork. But the governor signed it over the weekend at a big gun control conference here in Chicago. So it's 58 pages long. Tackles the Protection and Lawful Commerce Act and the violations thereof, and goes into great detail about how this act violates just that. And they make mincemeat out of the state's arguments. The Attorney General and others have talked about the opioids and the way they're marketed, talked about tobacco, and talked about other things. But this just goes right to the heart of that matter and just eviscerates them under the Protection of Lawful Commerce Act. Remember, you can still sue a firearms manufacturer for a design defect, for product liability stuff. You can even sue dealers and others on a possible violation for a straw purchase or things like that, but they have to be willful violations. So the firearms industry is not immune, but what is special about House Bill 218 is the breadth that they call on and talk about what the firearms industry is. As we've alluded to before, it could be engineers, machine shops, and others. But we're going to do another deep dive into this bill, now a public act, later on. But we wanted to get some content out to you guys. So they attacked that the vagueness of the kind of glossed over. I mean, they just recite these vague and, mysterious terms about reasonable precautions and things like that. They spend a lot of time going after the vagueness of this, and they just really drive home on that. They talk about the First Amendment free speech aspects of this. They talk about, marketing for paramilitary type stuff a little bit. I think one of the small downfalls on this is I think that they didn't get into the assembly issue, because I think under the quote paramilitary training, there is a right of assembly issue that's there. They talk about restricting, this is the real interesting part on the free speech. They say this isn't a categorical ban on speech. This is only a ban on speech for the firearms industry. Very strong point there. That they didn't say you couldn't have this type of speech across everything for consumer fraud, which is the statute they've highlighted this under. And let's not forget that under this statute, the AGs or state's attorneys can bring actions, but so can private parties, individuals can bring actions for this. They get really big into that this law is going to regulate conduct outside Illinois. They reference a firearms manufacturer in another state who only sells through licensed distributors, and they directly do not sell anything in the state of Illinois. But because it could be used in Illinois and might end up in Illinois, then they could be dragged into this. They spend a lot of time going around those issues. I think they did a very, very good job in writing this pleading out. It's also interesting to see that the governor signed the law on Saturday, and here we are on Monday with a lawsuit filed in the Southern District of Illinois. I wonder if they filed in the Benton area so as to take a chance on drawing Judge St. Stephen McGlynn or Judge Dugan, who also has a couple other gun-related cases down there. Notably, they did not file in the Eastern Division of the Northern District, where we've gotten such bad rulings in the law weapons case, the Herrera case, and others. So that's out there. So one of the points that they bring up here, and I'm going to quote directly from the complaint. Third, House Bill 218 prohibits firearm industry members from advertising, marketing, or promoting a firearm-related product in a manner that reasonably appears to support, recommend, or encourage individuals to use firearm-related product for a military-related purpose in Illinois. House Bill 218 does not define military-related purpose, nor does it even require that the military-related purpose be unlawful. This means that a firearm manufacturer with no connections to Illinois who markets products for purposes that is completely legal in the state in which the industry member is located can be held liable if an Illinois judge or jury later decide that this otherwise lawful purpose is considered to be military related. And they go on talking about how it violates the U.S. Constitution to go after people outside your borders like this. They do bring in a Second Amendment challenge, citing the New York decision, which is great that they bring that in here too. It's a good read. It is a 58-page, including all the headers and everything else, and it is a good read to see an aggressive stance being taken against this bullshit law in the state of Illinois. And the Attorney General, Governor, and all their cronies, yeah, you got a fight coming your way. Here it is, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see some other groups join in this fight one way or another. It's really good. I wanted to get this out to you guys as breaking news today. So we're going to do some more in-depth videos, getting caught up. Got a rain day out here, so we'll talk about that in the next video. But as always, please like, subscribe, share our content on your social media platforms with your friends. And as always, frag out.